Hey, so a very interesting thing happened to me a couple of days ago. For context, 4 months ago, I was scrolling on nofab forums, right? And I found this guy who preached to everyone else how his porn addiction got away once he found his wife. Now, a couple of days ago, I found the same guy in another forum whining how his relationship with his wife turned out to be cold and she's not giving him no action anymore. And he came back, right, to his old habits of watching porn, masturbating, and not being able to break the cycle. And I thought about it. Well, funny how tables have turned. And by quitting my own 10-year-old porn addiction, by helping over 110 people on their journey as well in my free community Addicted to Virtuous, I realized that anyone who's telling you that your porn addiction will be destroyed, you'll conquer it once you find like a wife or a girlfriend that loves you, is either lying to you, is ignorant, or is just outright stupid. And I'm going to tell you exactly why by showing myself as an example. So I assume that most people watching this video right now are not familiar with my story. So I'm making these updates every month of my lessons and benefits that I experienced by abstaining from porn, fapping, that kind of thing. And on day 90, exactly day 90, I found like an amazing girl. And I was able to go on a date with her, right? She kissed me, she hugged me, she said she wanted to see me again. But later on, she ended up ghosting me. And what I've done after that, like really surprised me and put things into perspective of what I need to improve on once again. Because I was getting to a point where I was feeling a little bit prideful. Because I wasn't getting any urges, like past day 30, past day 60 especially. I thought like I was just free from it, right? And I almost fallen for the temptation. So what I've done after the girl ghosted me, I became obviously sad. Like I felt abandoned, feel betrayed. And as an old habit, after watching like red pill content, Andrew Tate, alpha male stuff for years, I do not do that anymore. I think it's a little bit toxic. It contradicts with my values as a Christian man. But what I've done is actually started thinking about other girls. Like I started thinking that I need to replace the girl that I just dated and ghosted me with some other girl. So I can better bear the pain, if that makes sense, right? Because if you distract your mind from the pain with some other girl, like it's not that painful, right? And I did just that. Like I had a girl at a party. I'm a med student, so at a party I meet her. Our mutual friend introduced me to her. I talked to her a little bit, but I noticed that she was kind of receptive. She was interested. But at the time, I thought that I just didn't have time. I didn't really vibe with her that much. So after being ghosted, my mind immediately went to that girl. Like, I thought about like texting her and inviting her out. But what ended up happening is like, I was fantasizing like at night. I woke up fantasizing about her. But the thing is, I don't have pure feelings for her. It's more about lust, if that makes sense. So I was imagining just lustful scenarios with her because I felt lonely and abandoned. And that, I'm going to be honest, after 120 days of no porn, no masturbation, no fapping, I peaked at porn. I was going from video to video. I was able to refrain from it. I was able to say no, like a hard, strong no, and close all the tabs. But it reminded me that there's still work to be done. Like I still haven't learned how to not destroy lust, but how to keep it to the minimum. Because those thoughts will come and they'll go. But I realize that I'm still not ready for looking for like a relationship. Because I'm still like sexualizing women. And I've done some direct work with that. I'm going to share in this video what exactly worked for me afterwards to kind of desexualize my mind again. But the point I'm trying to make is that if you are addicted to porn, like if you're fapping without porn, you're still creating those scenarios in your head. If you are not really good to go, if you are not watching porn, you're just fapping without it. Because you're still recreating something in your mind. Nevertheless, my point is that I still need to learn how to love properly. Over-sexualization is all over the platforms. And for example, if you scroll, like it's inevitable. You're going to scroll, you're going to go outside, you're going to see an advertisement. And if you're not healed properly, your mind will come back to lust and probably that will lead to porn consumption. I realize that until I'm able to look at these provocations without getting triggered, just letting it go as soon as it comes to me, getting a girlfriend probably is a bad idea. Now, how do you learn to love a woman properly? Well, I like to base my beliefs on what is written in the gospel. I think this passage from Hebrews chapter 13 verse 1 sums it up for me the best. keep on loving one another as brothers and sisters. So I developed this roadmap for quitting porn after quitting myself and helping over 100 people on their journey. And I have this segment called Desexualizing Your Mind. A sub-segment of it is stopping sexualizing women. And I think there are dozens of ways how to stop sexualizing women, but I'm going to tell you my way that I found myself, and it works really well for me. So what I do when I have like a lustful thought, let's say I imagine just a naked girl, just a simple example, right? What I do, like what I've done in that moment after 120 days after getting ghosted, I gave into those lustful thoughts, but I was able to come back from them and not relapse by doing this in my mind. All right, I'm going to give that girl like clothes. I'm going to give her like good, modest clothes. I'm going to turn away when she dresses up. When she does, I'm going to give her a warm, brotherly hug, right? And I'm going to open the door for her and just let her go. Everything happens in my mind. I'm taking the scenario that's the creation of my lust and I'm turning it upside down. I'm not trying to distract myself with other things, and I'm dealing with that urge, that temptation right there, right now, and I'm literally letting it go, right? That worked extremely well for me. Finally, I want to end this video with an analogy that I think sums it up this video the best. Right? Imagine having a bucket, right? Imagine having a bucket and it's dirty. And dirt is like porn consumption, fapping, and you try to clean it up. You clean it up, but you leave just a small piece of dirt at the bottom of the bucket. And you try to pour wine into it. Now, when you fill the bucket, you suddenly see that you left that piece of dirt in the wine. Now you have to just throw that wine away. And I think it works similarly with lust and love. If you don't deal with lust to the core, if you don't uproot it, it's just going to sabotage your love and your loving relationships. About 1.5 years ago, when I was with my girlfriend, my addiction didn't got better actually. I had the exact opposite experience to the guy that I was talking about at the start of the video. It actually got worse for me. Instead of doing it every 2 weeks or every week, I would start doing it every day, every other day. It was because I hadn't dealt with lust beforehand. And so it wasn't like true love, but it was lust, and it gave it new fuel because I was like holding hands, kissing, hugging with her, that kind of thing. Alright, that's it what I wanted to share in this video. If you're tired of abstract vague advice, if you're tired of solutions that don't work, and if you want to make a long-lasting, sustainable, spiritual, mental, and physical transformation, make sure to join the free community in the description box down below.